when I started doing all the designs for the opera, once I realised that we were actually doing it, I guess I sort of started to worry about whether I could do that, whether that was something that I was capable of. And so I started going down all the wrong roads and trying to do something that wasn't me. And I would show all of my drawings to Fei Zhenxiang, who would just look at them and go, no, no. And that's all he'd say. He wouldn't really. And this happened a few times. So in a few months I'd meet with more drawings, and he'd just look at them and he'd go, oh, Pixie, no, no. But he'd never give me any feedback. So then I became quite lost. And then in the end I said to him, well, what am I supposed to do? And he said, well, I want you to do what you do. That's why I asked you to do it. And then I suddenly realised, of course, why am I trying to do it a different way? I just do what I do. And then it was easier after that. It was just a case of doing all the drawings. There were lots of drawings that were required: the costumes, the characters, the set pieces, the set designs, animation. So once I got over that stumbling block, which is kind of stupid because I should have figured that out right from the beginning. Just do what you do. Well, there's a few versions of Monkey now. There's Monkey the Opera, which is, again, as I said, with Damon, myself, and Fei Zhenxiang, and then there was the Monkey album, which is a studio version of the opera score that me and Damon felt it was important to do, because people who went to see the opera came out of the opera saying, can we buy the music? Does the music exist? And it didn't. So we felt it was important to put that onto CD. But when Damon started working on it, it sort of started to change slightly, and it almost became a Gorillaz version of Monkey. So it had a lot more sort of beats in it. It was a lot harder. And I started illustrating for all of the pieces of music, and so the Monkey project sort of became our personal version of Monkey. So there was the opera, and there was me and Damon, Gorillaz, doing a darker version. So the illustrations became a lot darker, and the music was a little bit darker, a bit meatier. I didn't want to do any animation for it, because I felt it needed to be live action.
I did the record because I didn't feel that I could completely articulate what had excited me so much about making music in this way. You know, it was the combination of traditional Chinese instruments and voices, like the shongran, the pipa, the erhu, combined with sort of my obsession with dodgy analog keyboards from the 70s and 80s. And when you get new sounds, you get new ways of playing old music, and then you get new forms of music. And so that's what's so exciting about listening to music from the east that becomes the west, that becomes the east, that goes to the north, that becomes the south.
And then he fights, and then you both come round, and you attack him. Okay? So one of you here, Ling Ling here, Jenny here.
Yes.
It's gonna look nice.
So we've made this Monkey Bee video, which looks like a miniature film. Monkey Bee is a song or a piece of music from a part of the opera where Monkey meets Princess Ironfan, which is one of the obstacles they come up against on their journey to the west, and they have to cross her kingdom, which is basically built on a volcano, and it's extremely hot. And Monkey tries to get this fan from her to fan out the flames so they can continue their journey. And obviously she doesn't make it very easy for him, and he ends up fighting her and her servants and an army of thousands of volcano soldiers. Well, with Monkey Bee, that's the first live-action video that I've directed. Everything else is animation, which is sort of easier, really. Well, it's not easier, but it's a room full of people sitting in front of computers or drawing. And you sort of walk around sort of saying, draw that hand a bit different. But this was obviously working with a big crew of people, being on a time limit, and having stunt coordinators and flying riggers and sets built. We filmed it at the Black Island Studios in West London on green screen with characters flying around on wires fighting and all manner of strange things with zombie volcano soldiers coming out of the ground. And then we're in the process of basically putting it all together in the computer and putting all the backgrounds on, and so it all looked like a 1970s sort of Chinese horror movie, spaghetti western musical version of Monkey.
3, 2, 1,
I spent years sitting in a room drawing by myself, never really talking to anybody else or seeing anybody else. And then now I have a studio where there's lots of people asking me questions, and I've got used to that. Now I'm on a film set and there's 100 people standing around looking at me like. So it's just, you know, it's a bit of a challenge, and then once you've done it, you realise that actually that's not so hard, and that was fun. We had the girl from the show who plays Yao Nin, who plays Tripitaka, who is a very, very sweet girl, very gentle, very softly spoken, and was very apologetic and a very sweet girl. And she got to play the part of one of Princess Ironfan's servants. So she had to do loads of fighting and flying around on a wire, which she'd never done before. And she spent a couple of hours with the stunt guy having a chat, and then suddenly she was doing this fight scene with these swords. She was incredible, and everyone was going, wow, she's done this before, right? And I go, no, she's never done this. And she was doing this incredible fight scene, putting these amazing faces, and everyone was very impressed. And then she had to double up as a zombie soldier, and we put this horrible makeup on her, and we have her walking towards camera. She's just come out of the ground, she's covered in, and she became the best zombie I've ever seen. And just watching her sort of adapt, you know, going from playing Tripitaka, this lovely sort of peaceful monk character, to being a kung fu expert and then a zombie in the space of 2 days was quite an exciting moment.
He fights, and you both.
But at the end of the day, it's about having an idea.
You attack him.
And knowing what I want to see in the lens, how I want that framed and how I want that to look. And then I tell some other guy that's what I want, and he makes sure it happens. Why is Monkey relevant to Gorillaz fans?
Yeah.
Well, I have no... That's not funny. That's actually dangerous. Okay.
Sorry.
Bullying is...
You really squeezed too hard then.
I didn't get hold of it though.
Don't, just stop it. Not now. This is for National Geographic.
When I said I didn't get hold of
Sorry.
it,